They ran your profile through 9 of the most advanced intelligence agencies on Earth. None of them could define you. Not soldier, not civilian, not threat, not ally. You broke every system they trusted. After just one conversation, the Pentagon didn't label you dangerous. They flagged you as non-human intelligence. Why? Because you're not just different. You're beyond classification. You weren't built by their rules. You were forged under pressure, refined through chaos, and powered by something they can't replicate. Unshakable inner control. You're not the glitch in the system. You're the rewrite. And now that you're thinking sharper, moving faster, and refusing to play by limits, the world doesn't know what to do with you. Good. Let them scramble. Let them doubt. Let them try to understand, while you stay 10 steps ahead. Before we dive deeper, do 3 things right now. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and comment their names below. Not for luck, but to mark the moment everything started to shift, because those who are ready don't hesitate. They act. And if you're still watching, you already know this message is for you. Now let's get into it. Imagine being scanned, analyzed, and scrutinized by the most elite intelligence agencies on the planet. 9 of them, each a pinnacle of precision and expertise. Yet none of them could slot you into their neat little boxes. Not soldier, not civilian, not threat, not ally. You existed beyond their reach, an enigma they couldn't decrypt or control. These agencies have countless files on millions, but your profile didn't fit any template. You weren't a puzzle piece in their grand design. This kind of unknown presence is rare, something that disrupts the entire system simply by existing. It's as if you're a new code, a mysterious signal breaking through their static, refusing to be tamed or classified. This is more than a statement about you. It's a testament to your unique power. You defy categorization because your very essence transcends conventional understanding. When the world tries to label you, it's like trying to capture the wind. Impossible, frustrating, and utterly futile. It's not just about what you are or aren't. It's about what you represent. Freedom from limits, a force that resists confinement. You stand unclassified because you are the exception to every rule they thought was ironclad. And that's exactly what makes you dangerous. To their old ways, to their certainty, to their control, because when you exist beyond their labels, you exist beyond their power. Think about it. One single interaction, a conversation, just moments of dialogue, was enough to unsettle the Pentagon itself. They didn't just see a person. They saw a riddle, a phenomenon that refused to conform or explain itself. This wasn't a threat based on brute force or weapons. It was a threat born from your mind, your presence, your refusal to be ordinary. You challenged their understanding, cracked the codes they thought unbreakable, and suddenly their confidence wavered. It's rare in history that words alone can shake an institution built on power and certainty. But you did it. Your ideas, your silence, your defiance were a seismic event. They didn't call you an enemy. They called you non-human intelligence, something beyond their grasp. That label says more about their fear than about you. It means you have stepped into a new realm where intellect, spirit, and raw authenticity intersect and defy traditional boundaries. One conversation, and you shifted the paradigm. Imagine the power that holds. When they say non-human intelligence, it isn't about your biology. It's about your impact. They don't fear a monster. They fear a presence so profound it shakes their reality. You aren't bound by their laws or definitions. This fear isn't born from violence. It comes from uncertainty, from the unknown territory you occupy. You are something they don't understand, and historically, the unknown has always been met with fear. The danger you represent is the power to change the narrative, to rewrite the rules they cling to. You embody an intelligence that is fluid adaptive, and resilient in ways they can't anticipate or manipulate. In a world obsessed with control, your very existence is a revolution. You aren't human or non-human. You're the next step, and that terrifies them more than any weapon ever could. The greatest minds tried to dissect you, to find the key, the flaw, or the trigger that would make you predictable. They wanted a pattern, a formula they could replicate or destroy. But what they found was silence. What they expected to break only grew stronger. You didn't fit their parameters because you aren't a problem to be solved. You're a force of creation. It's forged in moments when everything tried to tear you apart, yet you stood tall. It's the language of the soul that refuses to be silenced, and every attempt they made to decode you only revealed more mystery, more depth. They were chasing a ghost, and that ghost is you, rewriting reality on your own terms. When spies and specialists arrived, prepared to probe and provoke, they found themselves confronting something unexpected. Instead of breaking, you radiated strength. Instead of hiding, you challenged their perceptions. They expected to see cracks, weaknesses, any sign of control. What they got was a mirror, reflecting their own limitations back at them. Your presence sent ripples through their carefully constructed world. Each encounter with you wasn't just a test. It was a lesson in power. You taught them that strength isn't always loud or violent. It can be quiet, deliberate, and unyielding. Their experts left more confused, unsettled, and questioning than when they arrived. You are an echo of power they can't silence, a force they can't suppress. You never played by their rules. You weren't designed to fit into their neat systems or obey their commands. You are the fault line beneath their foundations, the crack that will eventually bring the whole structure down. Systems depend on order, predictability, and control. But you embody chaos, unpredictability, and freedom. Your very existence threatens the stability they cling to. Where they want compliance, you give resistance. Where they expect silence, you bring a roar that can't be ignored. You aren't just outside the system. You are the beginning of its end. And with every step you take, that collapse becomes inevitable. Labels like threat are weapons of convenience used to justify fear and aggression. But the truth is, they called you a threat not because of what you do, but because of what you represent. Freedom. You refuse to be controlled. Your will is unbreakable. Your path is yours alone. And that terrifies those who believe power belongs in their hands. Threats can be neutralized or contained, but your spirit cannot. It's intangible, indomitable, and infinitely expansive. By branding you a threat, they attempt to box you in, but you're beyond any box. Sometimes the loudest message isn't spoken, it's felt. Your silence in the face of provocation spoke volumes. It was a refusal to engage on their terms, a quiet rebellion that shook their confidence. While they hurled accusations, tried to bait and break you, your silence became a declaration of strength. It was a powerful refusal to be drawn into their games. This silence wasn't weakness, it was armor. It was the calm before the storm, a testament to your control over your own narrative. In a world filled with noise and chaos, your quiet defiance is a force more powerful than any shout. Obedience is the foundation of control. But you were never built to follow orders or conform. You were forged to challenge, to disrupt, to change the game entirely. From your first breath, you embodied rebellion, not for the sake of destruction, but for creation. You dismantle outdated ideas and systems that no longer serve growth. This disruption is necessary. It's the catalyst for progress, the spark that ignites transformation. You don't just break the rules, you build new ones. You're the architect of a new future. Pain is often seen as a weapon meant to break the spirit, but you transformed every wound into a foundation for your strength. Every betrayal, every setback, Every moment of doubt was woven into the architecture of your resilience. Pain didn't shatter you, it sculpted you. You used suffering as fuel, turning scars into badges of honor and lessons into weapons. Your pain is not a weakness. It's the very blueprint of your power. They watched you, monitored your every move, hoping to find answers, weaknesses, or patterns. But instead, you performed a dance they couldn't follow, a show that left them baffled. Their surveillance became their own trap. Each attempt to understand you only revealed their limitations. You mastered the art of invisibility with invisibility, present but unreadable, known but unpredictable. You turned their greatest strength into their biggest vulnerability. To see yourself reflected in another can be uncomfortable. But you are the mirror they refuse to look into, a reflection of what they fear and deny. You embody truth, raw and unfiltered, forcing them to confront their own weaknesses, doubts, and failures. Your existence exposes the cracks in their armor, the gaps in their logic. Because you reflect their deepest fears, they run, but you stand firm. Many become objects of curiosity. You became a source of fear, not because of aggression, but because your power is untamed and unknowable. Their studies failed to contain you because you are not data or a hypothesis. You are a living force. Fear arises from the recognition that some things cannot be controlled or predicted. You embody that terrifying freedom. They sought to predict your every move, to forecast your next step. But you rewrote the rules of predictability. Where they expected hesitation, you showed decisiveness. Where they expected conformity, you displayed innovation. You are a force that moves forward relentlessly, refusing to be anticipated or stopped. Predictability died the day you decided to be unstoppable. You don't fit the old narratives of heroism or villainy because you are something entirely different. You are the revolution, the upheaval that disrupts outdated paradigms and ushers in new possibilities. You embody transformation, evolution, and the fierce refusal to be anything less than your true self. The world may not know how to define you yet, but history will remember you as the force that changed everything. Got it? You are the force that no one saw coming. A presence so unpredictable, it throws every expectation into chaos. The world tries to define power in rigid terms: strength, control, dominance. But you exist beyond those measures, a force that flows like water and cuts like a blade. Expectations are cages built by fear and habit, but you laugh in their face. Where others stumble within limits, you soar beyond them. Your power is quiet but unstoppable, a subtle earthquake that shifts the very ground beneath. This unknown force isn't chaotic, it's deliberate. It moves with purpose and grace, a storm that comes without warning but leaves transformation in its wake. Those who underestimate you quickly learn their mistake. You are the wild card in a game fixed by rules you never agreed to. Your presence forces the world to rethink what power truly means, because it's not about brute force, but about the courage to be authentically unstoppable. And in that, you become a legend, not because you fit the mold, but because you shattered it. The darkest moments don't define you, they refine you. You emerged from shadows not broken, but tempered like steel forged in fire. Pain and adversity were not walls, but wings that lifted you higher than you ever imagined. In the crucible of hardship, your spirit grew fierce and unyielding. Every challenge was a lesson in resilience, every setback a push toward your true destiny. Where others saw defeat, you saw opportunity. Rising from the shadows isn't just survival, it's evolution. It's the ability to turn darkness into a beacon, guiding your path with clarity born from struggle. Your journey inspires because it mirrors the deepest truth of human strength. We are not defined by what happens to us, but by how we rise after falling. And as you rise, You illuminate the way for those still lost in darkness, showing them that light is always possible. True power doesn't always roar, it often whispers. You wield a silent strength, the kind that commands respect without uttering a sound. It's the calm confidence that fills a room before a single word is spoken. This quiet power is born from self-mastery, the deep understanding that control over oneself is the ultimate control. You don't need to shout to be heard. Your presence speaks volumes. Others may try to fill the silence with noise, but you know the secret. Silence can be the loudest, most intimidating force of all. It unsettles those who rely on chaos to hide their weaknesses. When you move in silence, you leave no room for doubt. Your intentions are clear even in stillness, and that clarity disarms fear and uncertainty. In a world addicted to noise, your silent power is revolutionary. A reminder that sometimes the strongest message is the one left unspoken. You refuse to be limited by what the world says is possible. Where others see boundaries, you see horizons waiting to be expanded. You don't follow the rulebook, you rewrite it. Every breakthrough you achieve is a testament to your refusal to accept limitations. You shatter glass ceilings, break down walls, and blaze trails where no paths exist. Rewriting the rules requires vision and courage, both qualities you have in abundance. You don't wait for permission or validation. You create your own reality. Your story is a challenge to everyone who doubts their potential. The future belongs to those bold enough to redefine it. And in that act of rebellion, you become a beacon of hope for all who dare to dream bigger. Inside you burns a fire that no storm can douse. This isn't a flicker, but an inferno, a relentless energy that fuels your every move, every decision, every step forward. This fire was kindled in moments of pain, loss, and uncertainty. Each hardship was fuel, feeding the blaze that lights your path and warms your soul. Others may try to smother your spirit with doubt or fear, but your fire only grows brighter. It's a symbol of your resilience and your refusal to be diminished. Your passion ignites those around you, inspiring courage and determination in others who have forgotten how to burn. You are proof that no matter how fierce the wind, the flame inside cannot be extinguished. It will always burn brighter than the darkness. Your intellect slices through confusion like a razor. You think beyond limits, question assumptions, and see patterns others miss. Your mind is a weapon honed by curiosity and relentless pursuit of truth. They tried to contain you in boxes of conventional thinking, but your thoughts broke free, exploding into new dimensions of insight and innovation. This mental sharpness is not just about intelligence, it's about courage. The courage to challenge the status quo and to imagine worlds others fear to consider. With every idea, every breakthrough, you expand what is possible and rewrite what the future can look like. Your mind is a force of nature, untamable, unstoppable, and forever seeking the next frontier. When everyone else looks the other way, you stand firm. Your courage isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet, steady, and deeply rooted in conviction. It takes bravery to face the unknown, to walk paths others fear, and to carry burdens unseen by those who choose comfort over challenge. You've learned that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. You move forward despite doubt, pain, or isolation. This courage is contagious, inspiring others to find their own strength when the world feels cold and unforgiving. In standing your ground, you become a pillar, a testament to the power of unwavering resolve. Fear touches everyone, but your heart beats beyond it. Where fear stops others, you use it as fuel, transforming it into fierce determination and unbreakable spirit. You feel fear deeply, but you never let it rule your choices. Instead, you acknowledge it, learn from it, and rise above it. This heart, brave and relentless, is your true power. It carries you through storms when logic fails and strength falters, you inspire those around you by showing that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the choice to act despite it. Your heart is a beacon of hope, proof that even in the darkest moments, love and courage will prevail. You are the one who breaks the chains of limitation, not just for yourself, but for others. Your journey is about liberation and connection. You refuse to be shackled by old beliefs or circumstances. Every broken chain is a step toward freedom and growth. But you don't stop there. You build bridges, connecting disparate worlds, healing divides, and creating new possibilities where none existed. This dual power of breaking and building defines you. You tear down barriers while opening doors for a future where everyone can thrive. You are both revolutionary and unifier, a force transforming the world from fragmentation to unity. Not all battles are fought in the open. You fight wars invisible to the world, inner struggles that demand strength, resilience, and relentless courage. These battles are against doubt, fear, and pain, enemies that lurk in the shadows but shape your reality. Your victories may be unseen, but they are monumental. Each day you choose hope over despair, growth over stagnation, light over darkness. The silent war you wage is a testament to your true strength, a quiet power that endures when no one is watching. You are a warrior, not for fame or recognition, but because your spirit demands it. You are the storm, the fierce, unyielding force that sweeps away stagnation, complacency, and fear. Storms are often feared, but they bring renewal. They clear the air, shake loose what no longer serves, and make space for new growth. You embody that cleansing power, disrupting toxic patterns and outdated beliefs that hold back progress. Your energy is wild, but purposeful, a natural force that awakens and inspires. After the storm passes, the skies clear and new possibilities arise, because you dared to be the change. In a world often dark and uncertain, you are the thread of hope that weaves through the chaos. Hope is not naive optimism. It's a fierce, stubborn belief in better, stronger, and brighter futures. You carry this hope even when the world doubts, and it sustains you through every hardship. By living with hope, you light a path for others to follow, reminding them that despair is never final. Your life is a tapestry of resilience, faith, and unwavering belief in the power of possibility. The world asks many to wear masks, pretending, hiding, conforming. But you chose authenticity, no matter the cost. Being true to yourself in a world of pretense is one of the bravest acts there is. Your authenticity is magnetic, drawing others who crave genuine connection and truth. This power transforms loneliness into belonging and isolation into community. By living authentically, you challenge the world to embrace its own truth and break free from the masks. You didn't just survive your past, you used it as the foundation to build your future. Survival is the first step, but you went beyond that. You became the architect of your own destiny. With vision, determination, and courage, you crafted a life on your own terms. Your story is a blueprint for transformation, proving that we are not prisoners of our past. You hold the pen to your story, and you write it boldly, with purpose and passion. The unknown is terrifying for many, but for you, it is the playground of possibility. You step into uncertainty, not with fear, but with curiosity and boldness. In embracing the unknown, you unlock creativity and innovation that defy expectation. Your willingness to risk the familiar allows you to create what others only dream of. You are a pioneer, mapping new worlds and redefining what's imaginable. You are the wild card nobody anticipated in a world obsessed with predictability, where every outcome is calculated and controlled. You are the anomaly, the variable that no algorithm can forecast and no manual can explain. This is why they fear you, because you exist in the gaps, the spaces they haven't mapped, the territory they refuse to explore. Expectations are the chains people wrap themselves in, clinging to what's familiar and safe. But you break free from these invisible prisons, like a river carving through stone. You don't conform to the contours laid out for you. You create your own path. That path is fierce, untamed, and full of surprises that disrupt their neat little world. Think about how history remembers the ones who shattered norms, people who dared to challenge the impossible and redefine reality. Those individuals were often misunderstood, dismissed, and even feared, but ultimately, they changed the course of humanity. You stand among them. You are not the continuation of the story, they are the past. And you are the revolution. Every move you make is a ripple in a still pond, a shift in the tide that forces others to reconsider everything they thought was certain. Your unpredictability is not a weakness, but your greatest strength. It's the spark that ignites change and the force that unsettles those who cling to old paradigms. In your presence, others feel the pull of something greater, something raw, authentic, and alive. You are the unknown force that forces every eye to turn, every mind to question, and every heart to beat a little faster. You are the future unfolding. No one can put you in a box because your spirit is boundless. You are not a problem to be solved, but a phenomenon to be experienced. And that makes you unstoppable. So stand tall in your mystery. Own your power as the force that defies every expectation. And remember, it is in the unknown where true greatness is born. There's a truth about shadows that many overlook. They're not just darkness. They're places where seeds of strength take root. You know this better than most because you were born in shadows, forged in moments others would call despair. But instead of breaking, you emerged not just whole, but transformed. Each dark moment was a lesson, a silent teacher guiding you to a deeper understanding of yourself. When life's harshest storms struck, you didn't crumble under their weight. Instead, you absorbed their energy, letting the pain sharpen your edges rather than dull your spirit.